Good morning, everyone. Do you know what is a port city? Well, the port city provides a fascinating and rich understanding of the movement of people and goods around the world. We understand a port as a center of land sea exchange and as a major source of livelihood and a major force for culture mixing. But do ports all produce a range of common urban characteristics which justify classifying port cities together under a single generic label? Do they have enough is common in warrant distinguishing them from other kinds of cities? A port must be distinguished from a harbor. They are two very different things. Most ports have poor harbors and many fine harbors see few ships. Harbor is a physical concept, a shelter for ships. Port is an economic concept, a center of land sea exchange which requires good access to a hinterland and even more than a sea linked for land is landward access which is productive of goods for export and which demands import. That is critical. Poor harbors can be improved with breakwaters and dragging if there is a demand for a port. Madras and Colombo are examples of harbors expensively improved by enlarging, dragging, and building breakwaters. Port cities becomes industrial and financial and service center and political capitals because their water connections and the urban concentrations which arises there and later draws to it railways, highways, and air roads. Water transport means cheap access, the chief basis of all port cities. Many of the world's biggest cities, for example, London, New York, Shanghai, Istanbul, Buenos Aires, and Tokyo, Jakarta, Calcutta, Philadelphia, San Francisco began as ports. That's with land sea exchange as their major function, but they have since grown disproportionately in other aspects so that their port functions are no longer dominant. They remain different kinds of places from non-port cities, and their port functions account for that difference. Port functions more than anything else make a city cosmopolitan. A port city is open to the world. In it races, cultures, and ideas as well as goods for a variety of places just mix and enrich each other and the life of the city. The smell of the sea and the harbor, the sound of boat whistles or moving tides are symbols of their multiple links with a wide world, samples of which are present in microcosm and within their own urban areas. Seaports have been transformed by the advent of powered vessels whose size and draught have increased. Many formerly important ports have become economically and physically less accessible as a result, bypassed by most of their former enriching flow of exchange. They have become cultural, economic backwaters or have acquired the character of museums of the past. Examples of these are Charleston, Salem, Bristol, and Plymouth, Surat, Delhi, Malacca, Sakau, and a long list of earlier prominent port cities in Southeast Asia, Africa, Latin America. Much domestic port trade has not been recorded. What evidence have suggests that domestic trade was greater at all period than external trade? Shanghai, for example, did not of its trade with other Chinese ports and island cities. Calcutta traded mainly with other ports of India and so on. Most of any city's population is engaged in providing goods and services for the city itself. Trade outside the city is its basic function, but each basic worker requires food, housing, clothing, and other such services. Estimates of the ratio of basic to service workers range from 1:4 to 1:8. No city can be simply a port, but must be involved in a variety of other activities. The port function of the city draws to it raw materials and distributes them in many other forms. Ports take advantage of the need for breaking up the bulk materials where water and land transport meet, and where loading and unloading cost can be minimized by refining raw materials or turning them into finished goods. The major examples here are oil refining, and which are commonly located at ports. It's not easy to draw a line around what is and is not a port function. All ports handle, unload, sort, alter, process, repack, and reship most of what they receive. A city may still be regarded as a port city when it becomes involved in a great range of functions not immediately involved with ships or docks. Cities which began as ports remain the chief commercial and administrative center of the city, close to the waterfront. The center of New York is in Lower Manhattan between two rivers' mouths. The city of London is on the Thames, and Shanghai along the Bund. This proximity to water is also true of Boston, Philadelphia, Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, Singapore, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Yokohama, where the commercial, financial, and administrative centers are still grouped around their harbors. Even though each city has expanded into a metropolis, even a casual visitor cannot mistake them as anything but port cities. Thank you for watching.